Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra November 19, 2022. Today's energies are good for understanding your desires and needs a little more clearly. Quiet activities and projects that focus on building and developing seem to fare best right now. Also today, Mercury moves into your opposite sign where it will transit until December 6th. You benefit from feedback or pairing up to think through problem areas during this transit. You might attract someone who stimulates you intellectually, or you have more frequent conversations with others. Partnerships, negotiations, compromise, and balance are bigger themes in your life, especially with Venus in the same sector. It's a strong time for discussions with a partner or special friend. You're highly positioned to strengthen, repair, improve, and make connections. You seek out others, and they seek you. You stand to learn a lot through one-on-one interactions. Get ready for one of the sweetest periods of the year for your relationships. Sweet Venus, our goddess planet of love, attraction, and beauty, has turned a corner and now shimmers across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of partnerships. This will continue until December 9th, promising weeks of splendor. This is a triumphant proclamation from the heavens that union and commitment will be smooth as butter. If attached, you'll notice an easier rapport appearing between you as you see eye to eye on plans. If single, someone with long-term potential will likely cross your path. Negotiate your terms of the agreement. Now that Mercury is entering your opposite sign, Sagittarius, you might be more direct with your line of questioning and asserting your opinion. Expect to feel strongly about your professional commitments, especially if you want to capitalize on a partnership or responsibility. Instead of being fickle, you may find that it is easier to be upfront about what you are looking for during this mercurial transit. However, do not forget to allow the other party to speak up, too, since they may also have strong thoughts and feelings about your partnership. After clashing with Pluto in your income sector at the start of the week, the moon is now in harmony and tomorrow will see them move into a friendly aspect. This comes at a time when you are not only starting to look to the future with confidence but with Venus and Mercury both returning to your financial sector early next month, but there will soon be a time to put this into practice. When sleep is good, so is the rest of life, generally speaking. Every now and then we need to adjust our sleeping habits consciously so that we are ensured of good rest. You may need a new bed. You may need new pillows or sheets or something warmer or something cooler. Strive to perfect your sleeping area. Everything should be as you like it. This is one area of life that should not be economized. Rest is paramount. With the vibration from this day at hand, this is an excellent time to create one or update your existing information. The essence of this number centers around your monetary needs as well as your career and status. While you may not consider this to be the most important thing, it is essential for your well-being. Consider your current financial situation and think of ways to improve it. Strive for greater independence. If your heart is leaning towards artistic endeavors, creative money management is almost imperative. Seek counsel in this. This year Mercury, the planet of communication, will only spend 20 days in your relationship sector, but as he spends his first full day here things are already off to a good start. It was Venus' return a day earlier and the moon's departure from your communication sector yesterday that got the ball rolling, with your heart already engaged and the communication lines having already received a boost. Meanwhile, as Venus and Mercury settle into your relationship sector, the Sun is spending his first full day on his own in your work sector, with the focus now on tying up loose ends before he too leaves early next week. At the same time that Venus and Mercury are spending their first full day together in your relationship sector, they are both benefiting from having the moon in your communication sector over the last few days. This has allowed Mercury, the planet of communication, to get up to speed, and as he starts to catch up with Venus, this is making his job of getting the communication lines open off to a good start. Our eyes in the sky. This is a good time to think about how best to ask for what you want from your significant other in the bedroom. However, there is some tension in the day, so it might not be the best time to share all your thoughts and emotions. Later, when you're feeling more peaceful, you'll be better able to say exactly what you mean. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. In the early evening hours, you'll have more self-control, perseverance and energy and be able to get some work done. Enjoy the chill and quiet energy of the evening. It's a nice reprieve from the frenetic energy of recent days. Just after midnight, Mercury enters Sagittarius, having sped through the sign of Scorpio in just under 3 weeks. At this time, depth is traded for breadth. We are less secretive. In fact, we may have very little filter at all, causing us to tactlessly blurt things out in moments of passion, heedless of the long-term implications. We are thinking more optimistically, and in our idealism, assume there is less reason to be guarded. After all, the way to establish connections now is to collect diverse perspectives, and for that to happen, others must feel open to taking us into their confidence. This is an excellent time for philosophical or ideological discussions. Differences in opinion can be hashed out without becoming critical or hostile. However, the lower manifestation of this transit can find us going into preachy territory. We should avoid the elitist supposition that we have done more research or are more invested in our claims than those who we are speaking with. This attitude will only cut us off from true understanding. Your uncontrollable energy is causing you big problems. You are in a state of inner turmoil and find it difficult to remain calm. Your friends and relations find your behavior totally unpredictable. They can't make you out. Talk to others about your mental state, they will understand you better and give you good advice. If you're confused, sort out your contradictory feelings. In matters of the heart, it's difficult for others to be sensitive to your needs. Unfortunately, confusion on your part leads people to avoid you and you feel worse. In being more certain about your feelings, your desirability is enhanced and your outlook improves. The cosmic weather is then quiet until the evening, when the Virgo moon forms a quincunx with Chiron in Aries, agitating our emotions. There may not be any apparent events or situations that are triggering right now. However, on a subconscious level, we feel off. Something is not quite right, but we can't put our finger on it. As we engage with others, nagging sensations communicate that we aren't strong enough or good enough. That we are too little or too much. If we try to interrogate these impressions, they evaporate, but when we let our guard down, they return. Feelings of inadequacy will pass quickly. Don't stress, but do commit to returning to this issue later for a deeper analysis.